Hey guys, Clayton Allen here, host of the Day Trading Plumber and founder here at Allen FX. So it's Wednesday. That means it's time for the midweek review. So if you're new to the channel, you're new to me, you're just watching this for the first time. Every Sunday I go through Forex markets that we trade, all the pairs that we trade here at Allen FX, and we make some predictions based on support and resistance on a daily time frame. Now it doesn't mean we just jump into trades from those zones. We're just using those as like boundaries of where we think what will price, we're speculating what will price to do between those two areas. And on Wednesday, I go back through those predictions and we start to recalibrate our directional bias, if you would, midweek. And we see if there's any good trades. Wednesdays are a great time to start to look for where price is veered far from the weekly pivot. And, I like to trade back to that pivot. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump on the charts. And I should have had it open, but, where no one's perfect here, right? I used, just so you guys know, if you don't know, I use TradingView charts, and I love them. You'll love them too. It's free. Blah 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 blah. All right, so let's start top down. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Man, you can see we have our support and resistance areas plotted, and you can see here on the hourly chart we had some Knoxville divergence post, and then some great bearish drop. Look, we're almost back to the pivot. So I am almost sure we're going to get back to this pivot, and then we're going to have to see what price does here. We may come all the way down to this bullish area. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to be patient, see what price does when we get to this level, and I'm going to put this level in as alert. 943. Hold on. 94383. And guys, feel free to put these levels in on yours too. All right. Australian dollar, Swiss franc. So I just did a video here over here. I got an alert here at the halfway point. So we have this big bullish move. Here on the hourly, I went from the swing low to swing high. And what I'm looking for, guys, is price. What's it going to do when it gets to this area here, right? I'm going to make that make or break. So I'm looking for I'm pretty sure price is going to continue down. If we get into this box, I'm going to look long. If we stall out above the 382, I'm going to look for some sort of double top reversal pattern up here in our zone and trade from there. Okay? Okay. I don't know why I say that. Sorry. Australian dollar, JPY. So if I zoom out here, you can see I really want to sell from up here, and I really want to buy from down here. And we're just not getting enough. I'm not getting enough, price action confirmation of really which way it's going to go. You can see we shot up to R2, and then it's just kind of stalled out. You can see on Sunday I was looking for a bigger drop. Well, that didn't really happen. So I think we might drop from up here, but there's just not enough meat on the bone yet, if you would, for me to get excited. So here, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, you can see from my Sunday, man, from my Sunday prediction, I was looking for, because we broke through a retest of this area and then a drop, but we didn't get that. We got a really big bullish move after this S2 off this divergence. And guys, now we've blown through R2 and have come back. So those of you that have been following me long enough, if price ever blows through, this is a great trade back to it. So how I would view this pair now is, what is it going to do right now? It's sitting at the 382. Sitting at the 382, which is, if it comes back up, I'm going to look to sell from up here. But if we come all the way down to the halfway or the 618, I'm going to be looking for a bullish buy. So I'm going to put an alert at 06437. Great time to plug the new courses. So guys, if you're watching this, you're confused on what I'm talking about, how I'm using these Fibonacci retracement levels, R2, S2, all those things. I teach those strategies in these brand new day trading plumber courses, the 1% Club over at allenfx.com. I got the link in the bio. But if you want to take your trading to the next level, if you've just heard about trading yesterday, or if you've been trading Forex for a long time, you just haven't been able to get consistent, I highly recommend you jump on over to my website, see if these courses are anything that would fit. Set up a call directly with me. I'd love to chat with you and see if it's going to be a good fit. I offer 100% money back guarantee. All I ask is that you, if you take the course, you truly didn't like it, you set up a phone call with me. We talk it through. I'll give you your money back. I'm not here to scam anyone or make anyone unhappy with my services, but I am here to help people. So if you're watching this and you want to learn how to trade, especially with all this COVID stuff going on, I get a lot of people reaching out to me saying, man, what can I do to work from home? I have a little bit of risk capital. I just don't know where to start. These courses are where you start. All right, enough about the plug. So guys, we're going to look to see what price does here. I'm actually going to make a prediction. I think we're going to come down to here, and that I want to be long. All right, so Australian dollar, U.S. dollar. Well, you can see we had an active trade on this. This trade never got back down to here, but we did close it. Look how tight our R2, S2s are. From Sunday, I was looking for a bigger drop. We don't have it, so now, guys, if we extend out our resistance area, we bounce pretty good on our daily resistance zone. So now's the time to start looking for a bigger drop, a bigger, longer term trade. But we really don't have a lot to tell us that that's going to happen yet, right? We kind of have a trend line. Depending on how you draw it, it's a short-term buy right now, but I'm going to look for some sort of double top, head and shoulders pattern. You have a start of almost kind of one right now to look for that bigger drop. Australian dollar or Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. So, man, what a rocket ship this thing's been. So, Sunday, we were looking for a bigger bullish move. We got one. So, if you did take a buy trade from here, you should have marked this level as like a TP1, and which would have helped you get out of this, right? Then you might have got long again right here. I would have. And then, you went through hell. And then look at this perfect almost double bottom on S2, and what a great bullish move. Now, guys, what I'm looking for is what's price doing at R2. It looks like it's currently going to blow through it, and then we're going to look for that trade back to it. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. So it's kind of stalled out on R2, but not really. So now we're just going to use that R2 as a key level to trade back to, or if we see some sort of, divergence posting on these levels, that's when we're going to get in that trade. Same thing, Canadian dollar, JPY. Obviously, we had some big news on the Canadian dollar, but it doesn't look like we've been able to pass this. I'm going to be looking for buys down here, or sells or buys off of here. But this bearish zone's almost too far out there, right? And I'm just going to get rid of that, and I'm going to bring Mr. Bearish down here. So if we get all the way up on this R2 in our bearish zone, I'm going to be looking to sell. Swissy JPY. Oh, look, we got a good trend line break. Decent trend line break. Big bearish couple hours on this pair. Now we got divergence, guys. So we got some Knoxville divergence. If I was going to play this on a short-term trade, I'm going to see what this retracement does. If you look, if we retest this trend line, we're right at the halfway point. So, I'm going to say if we get to there, I'm selling. If we round this and double bottom here, right around S2, I'm buying. Okay, Euro AUD, my good old pal. So, we looks kind of like a head and shoulders pattern to me, right around R2. So I kind of feel like we're going to be bearish for a little bit on this. Price might want to make a run to that S2, but it definitely has not come back to that pivot quite yet. Euro Swiss franc, man, the Euro's just on a rocket ship on this pair. Man, I've said rocket ship too many times. Sorry, guys. So we blew past R2. I want to reiterate, guys, or team, when you see price fly past this R2 or S2 level, it will almost always at least come back to it. So if you're trading out there and you're entering on this R2 and you're wrong, hold on to it. Right? Don't panic unless you picked way too big of a trade size and you're in trouble right away. Don't panic. Wait for it to come back. But when it comes back, don't be greedy. You need to take that opportunity and get out. These are some of the strategies I teach in that course. The 1% Club, obviously in a lot more detail, and I show you a lot of examples of why I make that assumption. But these R2, S2 levels are very good levels for you to trade off of. And guys, when you're wrong, almost always it comes back. So lots of divergence right now on this pair. We're kind of hitting this resistance zone, but I honestly feel like with the structure of the market, I'd be bullish right here. Let this puppy come down and get bullish again off of it. Euro GBP. All right, so you can see a trade prediction for last week has not done well. Now, guys, why I was so bearish is we had this long trend line, right? Even though we went sideways here, this is almost a perfect headed shoulders, and then we broke the neckline, and then we just came skyrocketing back. Okay, now we've kind of stalled out on that trend line. So I mean, it's almost like you're in neutral zone, and I was predicting a retest and a sell. That was what that trade was, and it just hasn't come to fruition yet. Right? It's putting us through a little bit of work on it. I still think the overall structure of this is going to be bearish, but I want to confirm that with. See how it came down to the 382 and we haven't broke it yet? Well, if it never breaks that, I'm going to be looking for a double top scenario or some sort of reversal pattern and try to take a sell trade from up here. If we do break it, that's fine. If it makes a run to the 618 or the pivot, I'm going to start looking for that bullish run. Euro JPY. All right. Blue went past R2. We got divergence. Will we make a run to the pivot? I'm going to guess so. I'm going to guess we're going back to that pivot by the end of the week. Euro NZD, way past R2. It's making its run back kind of to R2. You can see on Sunday we were looking for this bullish push. Yeah, I think we're probably going to get back to R2, and then I'm going to see what price does there. Good old Euro US dollar. So we broke this former high over here, way past our bearish zone. So I'm going to move this up, and I'm going to move this up to there, and I'm going to put my make or break This one's pretty tricky because this looks like a really good head and shoulders, but once we broke up above, the structure of this chart, man, it's bullish, guys. It's bullish. But bigger time frame, we're now looking at kind of a double top scenario. And if let's just zoom out. I'm in no hurry. All right. So I'm going to use our Fibonacci from this swing low to that swing high. Okay. Now, guys, look, price came almost down. That's why I have my bullish zone here. It went past the 382, almost to the halfway. So that would tell us we're probably going to keep going here, right? And I know I'm stretching it a little bit with such a long time frame, but I was definitely wrong on Sunday. I was looking for more bearish, but now that I'm looking at this, we could be in a double top scenario. You can see price definitely responded there the last 4 hours. However, we blew past R2 on the 4 hour, and we're just going back to R2 on lots of divergence. I don't know, guys. I'm staying away from this one. I'm going to see if we break far enough above. I'll look for the retest, but I'm really going to start looking at this pair for when's a good time to short it. When's the U.S. dollar going to gain some ground on the euro? Because I think it's coming. So, good old Canadian dollar is pulling some drop. So, we pretty much tested this resistance, this former high right here, and man, did price just respect that level with that good of a drop. I think what we're probably going to see is now that we've broken this, I'm going to look for some sort of pullback, retest of that R2, and then a run to pivot if I had to trade this pair. GBP AUD, I'm going to be a buyer if we get down to this S2, but we're just in the middle of everything. Another Canadian dollar run pair. Okay, we've broken this, so guys, I think what we're going to see is possibly a run to this S2 or make or break zone down here. GBP Swiss franc. Again, you can see I was looking Sunday bullish. We got that, and then very volatile drop, and then a recovery. So now price is pretty much back to where it was before whatever this fundamental rocket ship was. We're too close to the pivot. British pound JPY. Didn't quite get the S2 back to the pivot, but I do think we're probably going to be bearish from where we're at. British pound US dollar. You can see a trade that I am in. I got into profit here, but it's just I'm fighting this thing because I'm looking for a bigger drop off of all this divergence. I was looking for a good drop last week. I just haven't got it yet. It's a really small position, so I'm not too worried, but I'm looking for price to get back to that missed pivot here. U.S. dollar's been very tricky. So British pound NZD, another British pound trade from last week that just hasn't worked out in our favor yet. The pivots are almost right in line with each other from week over week. So we're just in this turbulent sideways motion here. So, but you can see we're almost back to break even. Might just close that trade and move on. Did not get the bullish run that we were looking for here. It's just kind of stalled out. But if we zoom in, guys, we could probably see a pretty good head and shoulders pattern forming, right? And we're testing that neckline right now. So I would be, if we break that neckline, I'd be bearish from there. NZD, CHF, touched R2, touched S2, back to R2. So guys, we know we found a pretty strong area of concern here, right? price is definitely getting very volatile around this. So it's not a bad place to look for a good sell trade right here. You know, we hit R2. The pivot's pretty close. You're showing it that it has respected it. NZD JPY, kind of in no man's land there. NZD USD, I like this sell trade, right? We've respected this level. We turned around. We got divergence. We just can't seem to break through that level. So looks like right now would be a great time to short this pair. You can be pretty tight on your risk to reward out of this bearish zone. NZD Canadian, or USD Canadian dollars, excuse me. So we wanted to be bullish this pair, and we did. I got bullish on my robot account and made great money. But now, guys, we're testing that level again. So what we want to do is look at a smaller time frame. This is a make or break zone, so which tells us we don't want to be long or short bias here. We just want to see what price is going to do in this zone to give us a little bit more direction, and that's exactly where we're at right now. USD Swiss franc, I'm bullish all day long from this bullish zone, and you can see we've done quite well in that area so far. I don't think there's much more in it, so we'll probably just take this and move on. I'm starting to see, a good make or break zone right here. USD JPY. Oh, bullet. Looks like we bounced really well in our bullish zone last 3 hours. So, but what we got to be careful of, guys, is what was this bearish move? Where is this bullish run going to stall out? So, if you took the trade from right here, this is where you'd start looking to say, all right, I'm going to take some of my trade off. I'm going to take some of my profit off, or I'm going to take all of it and possibly look short from there. Let's take a good look at USD Mexican peso. So you can see we have this trend line break. We can look at bearish from here, and it's been working out so well so far. Right now, I'd look for a retest of this pivot and maybe a continuation of that bearish structure that we're seeing. All right, guys. Well, that concludes this week's midweek review. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the little bell button here on YouTube if you want to get notified every time I make a video. And go check out the links I got in the body of this. Go over to allenfx.com. Check out these courses. Let me know if they are something you are interested in. If you got questions, schedule a call with me right there on the link, and let's go from there. Have a great week. Let's go make some money together.